Long ago, a group of sea lions journeyed from the west coast of the Americas into the Pacific Ocean, discovering a remote paradise of islands, each with unique character and communities of castaways. Beneath the surface lay an extraordinary underwater world, now ruled by the descendants of those first sea lions. One evening, a young female named Luna came ashore on her home island, a haven for her and her newborn pup Leo. As sea lions typically only have one pup, Leo was Luna's most precious possession. For the first week she stayed by his side, cementing their bond through memorizing each other's calls and smells. Their small colony consisted almost entirely of females and pups, save for the dominant beachmaster, a powerful bull who fought to control the females. From birth, each pup displayed a distinct personality. Most pups stayed close to their mothers, but Leo, eager to explore, quickly mastered walking and, more importantly, finding his mother among the others. Days turned into weeks and Leo grew rapidly thanks to Luna's rich milk. Soon she deemed him ready for his first test, swimming lessons. The beachmaster ensured the coast was clear as sharks patrolled these waters during pup season. Once he gave the signal, Leo tentatively entered the water. Though sea lion pups can swim within a week of birth, this was a huge accomplishment for Leo. Luna stayed with him every step of the way, fostering hopes that he might one day become a brave beachmaster. After drying off using the sand technique, Leo had aced his first lesson. That night, an incredible light show of stars illuminated the isolated Galapagos. The next morning, Luna led Leo to the water's edge, but this time it wasn't for a lesson. As adult sea lions must return to the sea to feed and replenish their milk supply, Luna had to leave Leo behind. Leo, having never been alone, tried to make friends with Sally Lightfoot crabs and an iguana, but found it difficult. Far out at sea, Luna joined other hungry sea lions, forming an elite hunting team. They headed for a hidden cove to execute their plan: drive fish into the cove. They had to be wary of black-tip sharks, who also hunted these waters. The sea lions at the back of the group remained focused on the sharks as the front pressed the fish into shallower waters. Just as the fish were trapped, brown pelicans or pirates descended, snatching fish the sea lions had worked to corral. The pelicans, greedy, even tried to rob each other. Luna, stunned by their gluttony, was determined not to let them win. Back on the home island, Leo practiced his call. A neighboring pup, Maya, approached. After a quick smell test, they were off to the beach, Leo having found a friend who shared his love for exploration. They were clearly meant for the ocean, and Leo, like his mother, was a natural at corralling fish. Out at sea, Luna spotted another shoal. The hunting party reassembled, ready for a second run. This time the sea lions outmaneuvered the sharks and maintained textbook formation. When the pelicans converged again, the sea lions managed to push the fish further onto the beach, shoving the pelicans aside. Finally, the hard-working hunters enjoyed their well-earned feast, an all-you-can-eat buffet with no pelicans allowed. Luna filled her belly, now ready to nourish Leo with fresh milk, and having secured a victory over the Pelican Pirates. 2 days had passed since Luna left. In her absence, Leo had pushed his boundaries, venturing to the other side of the island. Making friends with other moms proved tricky, and he eventually found himself on the hot lava rock shore, desperately needing shade. He decided to swim, but this was not his cozy home beach. Jagged rocks and a rising tide surrounded him, and the white water pulled him down. Exhausted, Leo struggled until he heard a familiar call rising above the waves. It was Luna. She had come home. Leo had remarkably survived on his own, and now Luna had plenty of food to provide him with nourishing milk. Nearly a year passed, and Leo's tiny mangrove island had transformed into a bustling city with hundreds of new sea lions. While Luna remained a comfort, the beachmaster, once a protector, was now a problem. Leo, no longer a young pup, was less welcome on a beach filled with females. He couldn't understand why the beachmaster wanted to separate him from his mother, whom he used to admire. Luna had given him the best start, but her role was ending. For now, Leo could play in the shallows around his island, free from the beachmaster's presence. Unlike most marine mammals, sea lions use their front flippers for power, making them incredibly agile in the water. In the coming years, these young sea lions would hone their skills for adulthood, and for Leo that meant exploring the ocean. The Devil's Crown, the remnants of an ancient volcano, became the ideal destination for the exiled young adventurer. At 4 years old, Leo was no longer welcome on his home beach. The stunning marine spectacles on this neighboring island provided a helpful distraction. Galapagos sea lions could dive deeper and longer than any other species, and the deeper Leo went, the more wondrous the sights: blue and gold snapper, black-nosed butterfly fish, even a guinea fowl puffer. Best of all, Maya came to check on him. She knew this island and where to find potential friends. However, not everyone wanted to befriend them. White-type sharks, nocturnal predators, just wanted to rest during the day, but when sea lions wanted to play, they would play. Today's game was chase the shark. Leo seemed to know to nip only at the shark's tail, not its toothy end. Having made 0 friends, Maya decided to head home. Leo, knowing the beachmaster wouldn't allow him back in the colony, said goodbye to his childhood friend, moving only forward. Leo hauled out on Espanola, a busy island. Though not the sandy beaches he'd hoped for, it offered a place to nap and warm up. He saw familiar faces and new ones like Nazca boobies. He didn't know the island was also home to waved albatrosses during mating season. This could be a problem. These birds mate for life, and their minutes-long ritual involved bill clacking, bowing, swaying, honking, and the silent scream. Almost every waved albatross in the world came here to breed, making the noise relentless. So much for resting. Unable to return to his home beach, Leo continued his search for a more welcoming place. The Galapagos Islands themselves were on a journey constantly moving and changing due to volcanic activity. Any of them could become Leo's home. Eventually he found an island with a rough exposed coastline and a rising swell. Leo couldn't resist surfing. Another sea lion joined him, bringing other young exiles. With spirits high, Leo started a game of catch the sea urchin. But playing games on this reef could be costly. Leo sensed something, a massive 15-foot Galapagos shark. Run for it? They narrowly escaped. With no adults to protect them, Leo stepped up. If he couldn't conquer his fear, he'd never become a beach master. The others followed his lead. Leo decided to take on the shark, having learned from chasing white tips that nipping their sensitive tails was something sharks hated. He showed the others how it was done, and the shark eventually retreated, having had enough. When things got heated, Leo rose to the occasion and faced down the shark. Few male sea lions become beach masters, but Leo was showing he had what it took. He left his surfing friends behind, continuing on alone, but now much more empowered. The waters throughout the Galapagos were some of the richest on Earth, with over 500 types of fish. For a lone sea lion, catching fish in open water was nearly impossible, but there were other ways. Some fish hid in rocky crevices. Leo thankfully was patient. Sea lions have the longest whiskers of any mammal, able to sense the tiniest vibrations. As Leo poked around, he realized that by blowing bubbles into the rocks he could flush out the fish. Gotcha. It was a start, but he'd need much larger catches to become a beach master. Leo pressed on. The Galapagos archipelago was vast, spread over 17,000 square miles, requiring sea lions to make huge ocean crossings. So far Leo had only explored a few places, but there were over 100 islands, islets, and rocks, each with special qualities. Newly formed islands were barren rock where life struggled to take hold, while older islands had established plants, creating rich varied habitats. On the far western edge lay Fernandina, the youngest island of them all. Though inhospitable on the surface, underwater it was a different story. Deep water currents made these shores some of the most productive in the Galapagos, with water so cold even penguins made their home there. The volcano erupts, spewing molten rock and forcing Leo to move on again. 3 years pass and Leo, now 7, has explored various volcanic landscapes, but never the blissful side of volcanic activity, until he discovers hot gas bubbles percolating through the sea floor, creating a unique coarse texture on the lava rock, perfect for scratching. A group of females welcomes him to their spa, happily showing him the art of exfoliation. Pampered Leo tags along with them to their home, Beagle Island, a magnificent extinct volcano with a sheltered sandy shore, a perfect sea lion haven. Leo has hit the jackpot, a beach full of females. But wherever there's a nice beach, there's a beach master, and the nicer the beach, the bigger the beach master. Leo clearly outmatched, attempts a risky climb to avoid him, realizing he can't compete yet. He quietly exits the beach by taking a back way down. Banished for the second time, Leo heads north to the archipelago's most remote islands. Open ocean crossings can take days, but even in the vast blue there are pockets of life. Leo encounters a bait ball of Pacific sardines, a perfect opportunity to bulk up. The mesmerizing changing shapes and colors lead him on a chase until a roaming sea lion pod shows up, piercing the bait ball and corralling the fish. Leo finally gets the feast he needs. As he departs, he sees the others floating at the surface, using their flippers like solar panels to warm up. Leo continues north to Darwin Island, the edge of the world. Landing on a narrow ledge after a difficult leap, he rests. Darwin Island's neighbor Wolf Island harbors a dark secret. Small birds stranded and with sparse vegetation resort to desperate measures. Vampire finches feed on the blood of nesting Nazca boobies. Their ancestors, once parasites, evolved into blood-sucking carnivores due to isolation. These northernmost islands offer Leo nothing but rocky cliffs and thrashing waves. Over the next several years, Leo explores every corner of the Galapagos, its creatures and magic. His lifelong quest, however, still lacks the most important thing, a home. 10 years have passed since he left his mother Luna and Maya. Now a fully grown adult, he's still searching for his place. Another barren island with menacing cliffs and no beaches. Leo, older, wiser, and more confident, is willing to take greater risks. He finds a secret beach through a tunnel current. It seems like paradise, but he's learned not to trust first appearances. The beach is taken, but Leo is no longer a frightened young sea lion. He's as big as this beach master. Finally, the old beach master has had enough, and Leo shows him the exit. After years of searching from one end of the Galapagos to the other, Leo has finally found a home. His mother Luna, who nurtured his adventurous spirit, would be proud of the beach master he's become. In time, more sea lions will arrive, safe from sharks under Leo's vigilant patrol. The females and pups will be secure. Leo has overcome every challenge on his incredible island odyssey. Now he's ready to lead and raise his own family on his own beach. This is his reward. This is his moment. This is his home. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.